12-year-old student charged for assault, teachers stay off job at Hopewell High School, alleged London gangster killed by police, men posing as police killed two in St. Mary, referee collapsed and died during game. This is Undiluted News, Mikey Bones reporting. The Ministry of Education has asserted that the required intervention is being provided at the Portland-based school where a 12-year-old boy was seen physically assaulting another boy on the compound of the institution. The boy was charged on Wednesday last with assault occasioning bodily harm, and he is to be brought before the Children's Court. The initial report suggests that the assault stemmed from a game the boys had been playing. And in a 47-second video clip which has been making rounds on social media, the 12-year-old was seen shoving, punching, and kicking the other boy. National Coordinator for Health and Family Life Education in the Ministry of Education and Youth, Mrs. Magnus Watson, added that the school, which was the site of the physical assault, will have to review its safety and security policy to ensure students are supervised at all times. Meanwhile, uncertainty surrounds the operation of the Hopewell High School in Hanover as the majority of teachers reportedly stayed off the job on Friday. About 10 teachers showed up for work. A teacher who spoke with reporters and requested anonymity said Byron Grant, the school's principal, only returned to work Friday from a long leave. Grant was taken into custody hours following the murder of the institution's bursar last December. On December 20, Jermaine Roberts, 35-year-old, was reportedly shot by a gunman as he was about to drive off the school's compound. Grant, who was on the outside of the facility at the time of the incident, reportedly smashed into a glass door and sustained injuries in a bid to escape, and he was taken to a medical institution for treatment. However, the police took Grant into custody hours after the incident, and he was released from custody 2 days later. And it is now rumored that some teachers do not want the principal back at the school. Although Grant was released from custody days after being arrested, the police indicated in a December 27, 2023 interview that he still remains a person of interest. Malcolm Miller, one of the 17 defendants who was freed in the London gang trial, was killed by the police during an alleged confrontation in Rivoli, St. Catherine on Saturday. Miller, otherwise called Izzy, and Alex Philpott, otherwise called Toby, both of Bucktown, were shot about 9 p.m. Police said a shotgun and a Smith & Wesson pistol with a magazine containing 2 9mm rounds were seized. Residents blocked the Bucktown Road to protest against the fatal shooting yesterday. They lit debris which prevented access to Eltham, Ensom City, and Gordon Penn from that road, and that road was subsequently cleared by the security forces. A cousin of Philpott says that the shooting inside his house was not justified and that the police murdered him. A trainee police was shot and killed by criminals in Greater Portmore in St. Catherine over the weekend. The deceased has been identified as Roshane Nelson, 32-year-old police constable of a St. Catherine address. Reports are that on Friday, September 20 at about 11:30 a.m., Nelson, a student constable, was sitting in his white Toyota Fielder motor vehicle awaiting his father to attend a party when a lone man on foot pounced upon him and opened gunfire, hitting him to his upper body. The gunman then made good his escape on foot in the area. The deceased was rushed to the Spanish Town Hospital where he was pronounced dead. Meanwhile, 2 men are dead after gunmen posing as police officers entered the premises and opened fire in Freehill, St. Mary early yesterday morning. The deceased have been identified as 26-year-old Barrington Clark and 48-year-old firefighter Gary Samuels, both of the same address. Reports indicated that about 1:30 a.m., Clark and his common-law spouse were at the house when they heard gunshots coming from downstairs in their 2-story house, and it is reported that shortly after, individuals knocked on their door, identified themselves as police officers, and instructed them to open the door. The men allegedly forced the door open, asked for someone named TK, and upon receiving no response, opened fire, hitting Clark. Clark's partner was instructed to run, and the men then fled in a waiting motor vehicle, according to the police. Miss Clark then sought assistance from Samuels, who lived in a lower section of the house, but reportedly found him lying face down with gunshot wounds. Clark was then taken to Port Maria Hospital where he was pronounced dead on arrival, while Samuels was pronounced dead at the scene. On to sports. The Jamaica Football Federation have expressed devastation following the death of referee Wilver Glenn Lamy, who collapsed and died on Saturday while officiating a game. The 48-year-old referee has been a dedicated servant of the game for many years, officiating at all levels of local football. Meanwhile, in Premier League last night, Cavaliers edged Portmore 2-1. Humble Lions and Tivoli played to a 0-0 draw. Racing United edged Dunbeholden 1-0, while Vere beat Molynes 3-1. On to Manning Cup, Penwood, one of the surprise team of the competition, secured their third win this season with a 1-0 victory over Jose Marti at the Marvelly Field on Saturday. Jordan Phillips netted the lone goal for Penwood in the 35th minute. Last year, Penwood was beaten 4-0 by Kingston College, and they also lost 10-0 to Hydel. But this year they come with a vengeance, and KC just barely managed to draw with them, scoring the last few minutes of the game to earn a 2-all draw. And they also had a big win, hammering Cumberland 9-1 and beating Meadowbrook 5-0. Hydel is not in their group, however, so they won't get revenge unless they meet in the quarterfinals or the semifinals. And in other Manning Cup games on Saturday, Mona beat Charlie Smith 3-0. Waterford were 9-0 winners over Gainsted. Jonathan Grant beat Tarrant 1-0. Kingston College hammer Campion College 5-0. Cumberland and Meadowbrook played to a 1-all draw. Penwood were 1-0 winners over Jose Marti, while St. Catherine and St. George's College played to a 0-all draw. On to the Costa Cup. Spot Valley were 3-0 winners over Mochette. Cornwall College beat St. James 2-1. Nakalva and Cambridge played to a 2-2 draw. Grange Hill were 2-1 winners over Little London. William Nib beat Cedric Titus 3-0, while Holland and Discovery Bay to a 0-all draw. Monroe and Stets, arch rivals, also played to a 1-all draw. Newell beat Lacovia 4-1. BB Cook and Magatti played to a 1-all draw, while Belair were 5-1 winners over Manchester. Mayday were 2-1 winners over the Cartridge College, while Alphonsus Davis hammer Alston 5-0. Homewood were 2-1 winners over Mile Gully. Thompson Town beat Claude McKay 3-0. Central were 1-0 winners over Clarendon College, which is a big surprise, as nobody expected that Central could even draw with Clarendon College, but they were buzzing on Saturday, beating Clarendon College 1-0. Lennon were 2-0 winners over Edwin Allen. Old Harbour were 3-2 winners over Garvey Massio. Kempshill were 2-0 winners over Porus. Dintill and Magrat played to a 1-all draw. Marcus Garvey were 2-1 winners over Abbot-Nat Gallimore. Ocherius were 7-0 winners over York Castle. Paul Bogle 1-0 winner over Morant Bay. Robert Lightburn were 3-0 winners over St. Thomas Tech, while Titchfield edged Wycliffe Martin 1-0 and St. Mary High hammer St. Mary Tech 4-0. And that's gonna be news and sports on your favorite radio. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.